What's going on, everyone? My name is Dave Kim for Grand Rapids Rock Alternative 97.9 GRD. We have Rev Theory on the stage doing a live GRD Blitz. They were kind enough. They were supposed to be on the Share The Welt Tour, the Five Finger Death Punch, but your guitarist, Julian, had a little bit of someone next to him at a wedding, right? Didn't know how to open a beer properly?
Yeah, that's pretty much what happened. I mean, it was probably the most freak accident that you could have ever witnessed in your life. Like, if you wouldn't even believe it if I told you how it happened. But I'll tell you, yeah.
It would be a great story.
It was my wedding. I got married.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you very much. And, yeah. Yes. Talk to me in 5 years.
Did it.
Just kidding. So I got married, and it was not your typical wedding. It was pretty much just a party. And it was like 5:30 in the morning, and the suite that I had my wedding in, it had a pool, like out on the balcony. And so everybody thought it would be a really good idea if we got in the pool. So we got in the pool, and my cousin was standing to my left, I was standing in the center, and then Jules was standing to my right. My cousin brought a beer to the pool and didn't have an opener, and so he tried to just hit it on the side. And he hit it on the side, and a piece of glass literally flew, and it went past me, and it managed to slice Julian across the top of the hand while he was like in mid-motion, dancing like this. I mean, it couldn't have been.
That's like an almost Final Destination death.
Pretty much, yeah, exactly. Like it circled, the glass circled around my head. It circled around my head. It stopped in midair. It like looked at me, and then it was like, nah, I'm gonna go get him.
I changed my mind.
Yeah, and it sliced all the tendons across the top of his hand. So
that's crazy. So you guys have now gone a little back to basics, just traveling, 4 guys in a van doing acoustic shows. Is that kind of refreshing for you guys?
Is it refreshing?
I think it's
refreshing?
Fun,
yeah, it's actually, it's fun because it's yeah.
I mean, you guys have been just
there's a lot more goofing around than
a lot more goofing around because when you're in a bus, it's like everybody kind of goes to their respected areas, and you don't see each other all the time. But when you're in closed confined area, it forces you to hang out with each other, more.
You have to like each other.
Talk to each other.
We have to.
But
plus, like last night, we got to come here early and go to Founders Brewery, which was awesome.
Yeah. So when you're on a bus and you're in a tour, it's kind of like you have like a set schedule, and you got to do everything kind of by the book. This way we kind of do whatever we want.
Yeah.
You released Justice back in February, and talk about working with who is actually a Lansing native, Terry Date, who's worked with people from Sir Mix-a-Lot to Pantera to Soundgarden. I mean, how was it working with them?
Awesome.
It was awesome. I mean, Terry is he's a legend, when it comes to producing bands. And
did you do a Baby Got Back cover?
No, we didn't.
Yes, we did. I mean, what?
We didn't do anything like that. But like every day during the recording process, like it would come like around like late afternoon, early evening when we'd been going at it for a while, and he would take a break, and it would be like story time with Terry, and so he would like tell us Pantera stories and Soundgarden stories and
Deftones.
Deftones stories. So it was really cool for us to be able to sit with a guy who's cultivated and really brought to life some of our favorite bands.
I think I read it from a previous interview that you guys it wasn't like tracks weren't laid down separately. It was all at once, right?
Well, yeah. Basically, the way that Terry works is that if he doesn't have to look at a computer, he doesn't want to see it. He's a very much an old school guy, and he doesn't believe in like the bells and the whistles and all the tricks of Pro Tools and the computer. So, basically, the way that it worked is we all literally played together. And a lot of those tracks, we recorded to tape, which I don't know if you're not in the recording world, it used to be done on what's called tape, and then now it's all done in a computer. But what he did is he recorded it all to tape, and then he put it in the computer. So I literally sang every song probably 20 times, 30 times, which I'd never done before. Usually it's like you do a scratch vocal, and then I leave, and then the rest of the band plays, and they track drums, and maybe they'll get a little bit of bass. But this way, he was like, I want you guys to feel like you're playing live on every single take. And so all of the drums were done that way, and then even some of the original bass was done that way, and some of the original guitar tracks, rhythm tracks were done right there live. And then we went back and touched some stuff up, but he really forced us to really play.
Did you know that was going to happen before you worked with? Oh, so he just surprise.
Yeah, he kind of like, we didn't know his technique, we didn't know how it was going to happen, and it was like, this is the way it's going to go down. So
was it hard to adjust?
Yeah, it wasn't easy.
It was cool though, because it was a different take on something we've done numerous times. So it was like a new experience, which was great.
Right.
You know, it breathes fresh life into you. You know, and I think you can hear that on the record.
Yeah, I mean, if you listen to our record, it's a really, really raw and honest record. Like there's, you know, there are parts where, you know, my vocals are not perfect, and there's times where guitars are not perfect, and
Sounds
you know,
more organic.
It sounds
Exactly,
like a real.
yeah.
It sounds like a real record. You know, so a lot of records that you listen to today, it just you can tell like it's not real drums, and it just sounds so perfect. And I mean, if that's what you're going for, then cool. But one of the things that we really wanted to do is anytime we've ever recorded a record, people always say that it doesn't match, like our record doesn't match our live show. They come and see us live, and they're like, man, you guys are so much better live. And so we really wanted to put that live feeling into our record. So.
Did you hear that a lot, like after the release of Hell Yeah, and people are saying how your live shows are better than what's on the record?
Yeah, we heard it a lot. And don't get me wrong, that's a great sounding record, and we loved recording that record, and you know, Brian Howes and Josh Abraham did a great thing, but it just didn't capture. It was really, really slick, like in the sense of studio recording.
Too polished?
A little too polished, yeah.
Gotcha. Now, we were talking before all this that you guys decided to leave Interscope Records. That takes a lot of balls,
Yeah.
especially in the way that the music landscape is today.
Well, I mean, you know, fortunately for us, you know, we've been doing this for quite a bit of time, and we were a really hardworking touring band, so we had you know, a fan base, you know, built in. And so when what was going on with Interscope was, it was just you know, the label just started going down a different path, which happens. You know, from the day that you enter into a business agreement to, you know, whenever, things change. And so that's what happened. Things just changed, and they were going down a different route, and we kind of recognized that. So we wanted to be proactive rather than just wait around and let the writing on the wall hit, because if that would have happened, then we would have lost this record. And we were really proud of this record, and we put a lot of heart and, you know, blood, sweat, and tears into it. So we wanted to be as proactive as we possibly could and say, hey, look, we know that you guys are going a different route. This is kind of what we want to do. Is there a way that we can, you know, equally split and still be able to promote this record? So that's what happened.
I mean, at least you've been able to do everything that you could so far,
Yeah.
being on Interscope. And then even with all the other media exposure, like we were talking about the WWE exposure, I'm sure you have a lot of wrestling fans going, oh, you're the guys that sing this song, or you're the
Yeah.
Randy Orton theme.
I mean, it's so funny because we joke around within the band. Like, it doesn't matter what is put on our Facebook page. Like, it could have nothing to do with anything, but there will always be a fan that puts up either Orton, Voices, WWE, like it's crazy. So
Nice.
they have a huge fan base.
Hardcore fans.
So what is the plan after you do this acoustic thing? You're going back as a full touring band?
Yeah, we're Julian has been working really hard in physical therapy every single day, and I actually spoke to him today, and we speak to him every day, but he's actually started playing guitar, and he's able to play chords now, and he's about a week away from full dexterity and really being able to get in it. So we start on December 9th out in Spokane, Washington, and we're going to do a short run of electric shows.
Nice. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is kind of a once-in-a-lifetime experience for you. It's Rev Theory.
Yay! So I know on that it's like worlds divided here. We have all the guys over there that are for the Here Come the Mummy show, which I really wasn't too privied on, but we looked at it earlier today and it looks really cool. So I'm sure that's going to be a really good time. And then you guys came out to hear us, but you know, music is music, so we hope that you guys enjoy it. Maybe we can make some new fans. So yeah, I guess I'll just shut up now and we'll play some music. We're gonna play some stuff off our last record and off of this record.